In the late 80s and early 90s, Capcom created a range of games, based on Disney franchises, for the NES and SNES. The likes of Darkwing Duck, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and DuckTales all made appearances. The latter of which has even been given the HD treatment for modern systems, including Wii U. One of the more interesting titles was Goof Troop, which was released on the Super Nintendo in 1993. Based on the animated TV show of the same name, it saw you take control of the calamitously clumsy Goofy and his son Max as they embark on an adventure to save their neighbors Pete and PJ. The four lovable suburban pals head out on a fishing trip that conveniently doesn't end too well for the troop's pals, as they end up being kidnapped by plundering pirates and taken to an island that's inhabited by swashbuckling fiends. It's hardly the most compelling tale, but thankfully it's not the main appeal of the game. The basic plot progresses through 5 levels where you take control of either Goofy or Max in single player, while both can coexist on the screen should you plug in a second controller. Goofy is quite slow but is also stronger than Max. He can dismiss enemies with just one hit, while Max must smash them twice to have the same effect, though he is much faster than his pop. The gameplay is based on puzzles that you must progress through systematically to reach the end. It's an action-adventure game at heart, with enemies wandering around each of the levels, becoming trickier to beat or avoid as you move on. Goof Troop stands out from the crowd of Capcom Disney titles as it does things differently, opting for an approach more like The Legend of Zelda than the typical platforming style most other titles adopted. All the action takes place in a top-down perspective and the visuals do look quite nice. The cartoon element that is indicative of the TV show does shine through in the characters' designs and mannerisms, while the settings are also vibrant and varied enough to keep you interested. The music is set to ultra jolly as you'd expect, though this can be pretty repetitive after a while, and if you spend too long on a particular level you'll be ruining the day this Saturday morning TV show got the green light. You could always mute the TV. Goof Troop is an absolute gem of a game when teaming up with a friend in multiplayer. It might be short, the gameplay may be simple and the puzzles are easy, but there's no denying it's an incredibly enjoyable experience when both members of the troop are on screen. However, the single player is the complete opposite. The simplistic nature of the game and its low difficulty level makes it tedious, and as time goes on you'll get fed up completing puzzles that were evidently designed for more than one person. If you're considering playing Goof Troop, it's essential you have a friend to play it with, as without them you're not even getting half of the intended experience.